war on the poor and we're criminalizing homelessness. If y'all have not been paying attention to what's going on in DC, baby, you absolutely need to. Unfortunately, at this point, he is talking about that. There's going to be a press conference today where he is going to absolutely try to federalize Washington, D.C., because unfortunately, there was an incident where a staffer, had their car taken, and you can deduce from that what you will. He's using that as saying that crime is running rampant in the city, and it's really not. Crime has been down for at least the last 2 years, which is easily identifiable because, again, we know that men lie, women lie, but numbers don't unless you're Enron. Now, here's the thing. He is saying that if you are homeless, we're going to find somewhere for homeless people to go, and that should absolutely terrify you, being that we have alligator Alcatraz and all the things. Because if they really cared about homelessness, they would absolutely have, I don't know, programs in place. But of course, we just ended all of those. So here we are. Do understand something. If you are gathered in some way that looks like you're homeless, they will try to take you somewhere. They are absolutely pulling people over and looking at their insurance and looking at, their driver's licenses. They have deployed several hundred uh, officers to the city. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people are just like, oh, well, DC is a home city because, y'all just celebrated 50 years of being a home city and the home rule. Here's what we know in regards to that, because a lot of y'all were not aware of that even being a thing. Now, before all of this took place, yes, the president used to be the one who decided who the mayor would be. They would appoint the mayor. Then, of course, Congress would oversee public schools, and unelected commissioners would manage the trash pickup and, traffic laws and the manner of which municipalities were ran. Now, he does not have to overthrow that. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, well, for him to do that, he needs Congress or whatever. And you remember Congress is gone, sat down some damn where. Well, here's the thing. He can bypass that by deploying the National Guard, or he can take over Metro Police. So do understand, be ready for some foolishness when it comes down to this press conference that's coming. Because the fact that you are criminalizing homelessness, the fact that you are saying that these people are criminals and they must be jailed, is diabolical within itself, especially after you have slashed every fucking social program that we have available to help people in this, situation. Now, not on top of that, we also have this curfew that a lot of y'all, are not aware of, that in some areas starts at 8 p.m. So, stating at 8 p.m. to 11 p.m., that is saying that, if you are 17 and under, you must abide by these curfews. Now, for the many parents that have sent their children off to college, i.e., Howard, definitely have a conversation with your children in regards to walking in more than 9 in a group, because yes, there is specifics in when it comes to this curfew. And if you think that they will not try to criminalize those students who have a right to be there because they live in the middle of the city, think again. Please have a conversation with your children in regards to where they're supposed to be. I know that they're going to college and they're supposed to be grown, but here we are. Do understand something. That curfew also extends in some places from 11 p.m. to 6 p.m. So, yes, it fishtails its way into another curfew time. This is the way that they're trying to trip up a lot of kids. Now, they're saying that there's a couple of specifications that you can kind of bypass this. That if you have a job, as long as you're going straight home and you do not make any detours, or if you're running an errand for your parents, as long as you go straight to the errand and straight back, you're okay. Or you can be on the sidewalk that is adjacent to your house, or your neighbor's house, as long as your neighbor says it's okay and they don't have to call the police on you. Take that as you will. Um, or you could be riding in a car with your parents. Another reason that, they're stopping and checking people's licenses, registration, and their insurance. So understand, y'all, I don't know where y'all thought we were in this thing and how y'all thought that, shit couldn't get any worse, but here we are. And if you don't start calling your congresspeople in your state, it's going to be your state next. Because especially for those of you who have these Republican governors who are doing everything they can to stay in that man's good graces, if you think they won't come to you, just look at what's happening in DC. America's not a real place, and some of y'all ain't paying attention enough for me, but I mean, here we are. Don't complain, because many of y'all voted for this bullshit.